615 day of Russian invasion straight from Ukraine. The situation at the front. In the Kupyansk Front, skirmishes saw an uptick around Synkivka, Pershatravnev, and Ivanivka. A notable occurrence was when Ukrainians halted a significant armored assault here. The most intense confrontations took place southwest of Pershatravnev. It's here that Russian forces continued their push, aiming to puncture the Ukrainian defense lines. As this was unfolding, Ukrainian sources gave the public a glimpse by releasing drone footage. This showed a considerable Russian armored convoy in motion southwest of Pershatravnev. A swift response from Ukrainian artillery was noted as the Russian convoy entered a contested area, with a tank being damaged almost immediately. While the bulk of the Russian convoy persisted in its southern movement, its main objective seemed to be suppressing Ukrainian defenses, making it easier for their armored vehicles to position their infantry closer to Ukrainian lines. However, this venture wasn't entirely successful. Upon reaching a significant point, they stumbled upon a minefield, leading to considerable damage to several tanks and armored vehicles. Backing this was the artillery from the 14th Mechanized Brigade, which confirmed destroying some of the enemy assets. Subsequent clashes reportedly led to further damages on the Russian side, thus resulting in them suffering significant losses, and Ukrainians holding onto their ground. Further developments were seen more southwards. Intense confrontations erupted east of Orlyanka and west of the Ivanivka-Kislivka stretch. In a significant event from the day prior, Ukrainian forces launched a counterattack near Orlyanka using advanced tank units which faced an ambush from Russian forces. The skirmishes around Ivanivka witnessed some stabilization for the Ukrainians. With additional elite reinforcements, the Ukrainians managed to reclaim some crucial positions from the Russians. Confirming this shift, Russian sources displayed their artillery targeting the reclaimed Ukrainian positions. But Russians weren't just on the defensive. In a move to renew their offensive towards Ivanivka, they strategically positioned the potent TOS-1A MLRs. However, it was swiftly identified and neutralized by a Ukrainian brigade using a drone. More progress for Ukrainians was seen in the northern sector, where advances were made northeast of Synkivka, causing Russians to retreat from certain areas they had occupied earlier. Efforts of the Russians to take control of this essential location have so far been in vain. Switching the focus to the Donetsk Front, combat intensity remained high, especially along the railway stretch north of Avdiivka. Ukrainian forces took the initiative by counterattacking Russian forces. This was particularly pronounced on the northern flank between Stepov and the chemical plant. Here, the 47th Mechanized Brigade played a crucial role, aiding the Ukrainian army in their defense efforts, even pushing closer to the railway. Some casualties, including damage to some high-end military assets, were reported during these intense face-offs. The ongoing operations near the railway suggest a tug-of-war, with neither side managing to establish a firm grip. In a day's time, Ukrainian forces were reported to have inflicted considerable damage on Russian assets. They continue their relentless assault on Russian rear positions, aiming to cut off and hamper their supply lines. The day concluded with Ukrainian artillery targeting Donetsk, causing significant destruction to the Russian army's fuel resources.